step on this court, it means something.
Hi, my name is Shalise. I'm with Real Movie Junkie. How are you doing today?
I'm good, Shalise. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for taking time to speak with me. I know you have a really busy day, so I'll jump right to it. This is a really, really great story, and I think audiences are really going to enjoy it. I think it's time for stuff like this to come out. Some of the issues of the film still exist to this day. So, what lessons do
Yes.
you think that audiences can take away from this?
Well, I think they're going to learn an important thing, which is that it's hard to imagine today that there was a time when African American athletes were not allowed to play with white players on the basketball court. I think it's very hard for us to even fathom that time now. But this existed in this country and in many places around the world, most places around the world. And so segregation was a very real thing. And of course, people made decisions operating out of fear. And that's essentially what, as we know, what racism is. It's based on fear of the unknown, what people don't understand. And so Ned Irish was no different than any other basketball owner or owner of a large arena like Madison Square Garden. Their first initial reaction was, well, how can this affect the revenue of my corporation and my business, you know? But then once he got to know Sweetwater a little bit and watch him play, he realized this guy had a real passion for the game. And not just that, he was a great player.
Right.
And that it was an important thing, forget the color line, it was an important thing to put him on the court because he was going to make the most points and give the Knickerbockers the winning seasons that Irish was after. So it was he made that decision knowing that he was going to make history. And I think that he understood the ramifications of either being lost to history in terms of just being remembered for being a guy who ran the Garden and the Knicks, or somebody who actually helped change the game like Sweetwater did forever.
Right. I personally hadn't really known much about the story. I find a lot of movie people are learning about stories that are really important through film. But since you were working with such legends, what was it like working with Jeremy Piven and Richard Dreyfuss?
Oh my gosh. Well, I've known Piven a long time. He and I did a picture together years ago called Kiss the Girls. And Kevin Pollak I've known for a long time. Richard, I always wanted to work with. So when Martin, director, told me that he cast him as the lead commissioner, I was thrilled because I realized most of my scenes were going to be with him. So he's an idol of mine. So it was a dream come true for me to get to work with him.
I did see in one of your previous interviews that you mentioned that if you weren't doing acting, that you would be interested in writing screenplays, right? Is there any particular story that you'd like to adapt into a film?
Yeah, there are many. I can't name them all today. I find that writing is a very cathartic thing for me. I'm not a great screenwriter, or I have enormous respect for screenwriters. I have a screenplay collection that I refer to when I'm writing, and one of my mentors was Bill Goldman, and he taught me a great deal. And so I love the catharsis of it, and I like trying my hand, and I'm learning. I'm still learning, as I am as an actor. It's every day is a learning experience, Shalise. Yeah.
Well, last but not least, obviously we have to talk about, you might have a massive blockbuster on your hands this July, right? What can you tell us about the next Mission Impossible?
I can't tell you anything, Shalise. I'd love to be able to. I'm sworn to secrecy, but I can tell you this, that the fans will not be disappointed. It's truly epic on every level.
Better than the other ones?
Oh, please. This is gonna top them all combined. I feel that. Yeah. Both one and two. Yeah.
I believe it. I mean, it's one of those, I feel like it's one of those sagas that it just keeps getting better. It doesn't have anything that falls off. Well,
it's extraordinary.
Thank you so much for your time. Personally, one of my first movies that I ever saw you in when I was younger was Liar Liar. So
oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, so I think
thank
this
you.
is really a full circle moment. So thank you so much for your time today. I appreciate it. You have a really good film on your hands.
No, I appreciate it, Shalise. Thank you for having me.